Good morning and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks for being here. Let us know. We're always a little nervous if you can hear us, but let us know in the chat if you can hear us. And what we're going to do today is we're going to introduce our whole herd of horses and mules, talk a little bit about them and what we're thankful for about them. And at the same time, we're going to answer any questions that pop up in here. So they can be about the equine that we're currently introducing, but if you have other questions, go ahead and jump on and ask those as well. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving. And we're going to start off with maybe our flashiest equine, and this is Josie. So
Josie.
We'll let Alyssa talk and see if you can hear her.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I talk a lot quieter than Jason does. But yeah, this is little Josie. A lot of you guys already know all of our equines, but for those of you who don't, we got her about 1.5 years ago. And she is a 3-year-old. She just turned 3. We actually figured out when her birthday was. It's kind of a long story on how we did that, but we talked to the guy that actually owns her dad now. And so her birthday is in August. And so she turned 3 in August. She is currently 14 hands even, and she still has the growing to do, thankfully. I don't think she had the best nutrition when she was a little baby, so seems like she's playing catch up now, but about 14.3, that would be awesome. That's how tall Riotta is, and she's a good size for us. So, but yeah, Miss Josie, even though she's 3, we won't start her under saddle until this coming summer is the plan, just because she is smaller and she's taken longer to mature, it seems like, than a lot of other mules. So we'll just let her grow.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Some people are jumping on the chat. I didn't have the chat turned on at first, so that was my bad. I got scared. I was like, oh, no one's seeing anything, but it was because I didn't have it turned on in my settings. So sorry about that. Good morning from Kenya. Good morning, Brett. Happy Thanksgiving. That's Brett Vaughn. He has a channel called Born 100 Years Too Late.
Yeah,
It is awesome. He's down there in the desert country, and he goes on some really cool adventures. So if you guys haven't heard of him, which you probably have, but if you haven't, go check out Brett's channel, Born 100 Years Too Late.
We sure enjoy watching his channel. He does some really cool things. So one day we'll have to drive over there and ride with you.
Yes, in the Gila, preferably, Brett.
Yeah.
You can be our guide.
Let's do a pack trip.
Yes, KCF says almost 100,000 subs, which is a huge blessing, and talk about something we're thankful for. 100,000 people tuning in to this channel is a huge blessing. So thank you guys.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing to us. We talked about it briefly. I don't remember if I put it in a video or not, but we had talked about it the other day, how we kind of started this channel just as a journal for our equines, and we're pretty humbled how many people have joined in and enjoy coming along with us. So,
what's something that you're thankful for about Josie, Alyssa?
Well, one, I'm thankful that we got her, because if you guys don't know her story, she popped up online, and of course I always get in trouble when I look for mules for sale online. I don't do it very often, but she popped up and I was like, oh my gosh, that's just the prettiest little Molly, and they wanted a fortune for her. And so we're like, well, there's no way we're buying that Molly. And then she went off market. He actually wanted to trade for maybe a utility trailer. We had one at the time, and we kind of talked about a trade, and then just nothing really worked out. And so anyway, she ended up, I thought, selling, and then she popped back up like 6 months later. And one day, I hadn't looked at mules for so long, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go on there and look for mules. And she'd been posted a day ago, and I mean, he had cut the price by a ton. And so I called him up, and basically we were like, we'll come get her tomorrow.
We're on our way.
Yeah. And so we went and got her, and she was a little pot-bellied thing when we got her, and you could not get a halter on her. You couldn't even get close to her. And she's come a long way. She's really a sweet girl, and she's actually pretty chill. So that's been awesome. We've packed her a few times and taken her out with us and stuff, but she's just a nice, gentle girl. She's very sweet. She didn't take too long to come around and realize people weren't going to get her. So she's a pretty cool little mule. I think she's going to be awesome as she gets older and more experienced, and I'm excited to start her. Right now she seems pretty small, so it's, we'll see how she grows this next year, and hopefully start her this summer.
There's been a lot of nice, encouraging comments come in on the chat, so thank you guys. I'm seeing them, but I just don't want to have any questions about Josie. Drop them in the chat.
Yeah, maybe.
Or if you're watching this after the fact, drop them in the comments. Happy Thanksgiving, Abigail. What are your guys' thoughts on progressing a horse into the bridle from the hackamore? That is a great question.
That's a question for Ty.
Wow, thank you, Lexington. And Alyssa has a great point. That is, we talk a lot about Ty Evans and TS Mules. I'm going to stop moving because I'm shaking too much. But we talk a lot about TS Mules because they're like our best friends, and we also work for them and travel with them. And he is a true horseman and muleman. It's called TS Mules, but he works a lot with horses as well. And basically, if you can get something done with a mule, for the most part, you can get that same thing done with horses. And he has a couple of beautiful bridle mules. So I got to rambling, but the answer to your question is talk to a professional horse trainer is the short answer. But Alyssa, do you want to talk just a little bit about it? So just so I don't skip over.
What was the question? Progressing from a hackamore to a bridle?
Hackamore to a bridle.
Well, one thing, I've never done it before. I'm just working on, like, Clyde is my first bridle mule, and so we've just started progressing in the hackamore, and like I progress since I've never done it from the snaffle, and same with the hackamore, and then progress into the bridle and stuff. So progressing into the hackamore has also showed me where his holes are, and I need to go back and do a little bit more work in the snaffle. And so I've been switching back and forth. Anyway, long story short, I don't know. You know, there's some horsemen have checklists and stuff like that. You can, you know, go on there. I don't know if Buck Brannaman has a checklist, but I know he's made a lot of videos on hackamore horses and what he wants. But yeah, Ty Evans would honestly be the best person to ask about that because he's made a ton of bridle horses and bridle mules. He's starting to do a live every Tuesday. He's going to try to do it at 5 p.m. So if you guys want to jump on there on Tuesday, 5 p.m. on his channel, it's TS Mules, then you could ask him directly on his live, and that would be an awesome question for everyone to learn from. So that's what I would suggest. Sorry, I can't be more help, but I just am not skilled in that area yet. Hopefully one day.
And thank you for the question, Abigail. That was a great question, and that is amazing. I think I just saw that you said you're working up from the two rein into the bridle, and what a worthy
awesome
pursuit. That is awesome that you're there. So congratulations on getting so far, and keep up the amazing work. Oh, bathroom break for Taz.
Bathroom break for Taz.
And I saw the Gypsy Vanners is on here, so I wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to them as well. They were making sure the chat was going. And awesome. Yep, we're up and live. So happy Thanksgiving, Gypsy Vanners. So who's next? Who we got here, Alyssa?
So this is our newest member. This is Taz. And he's a 7-year-old. He's basically a quarter Appy, 3/4 horse, but there is a breed called the Blazer horse that was created around, I think, 1959, somewhere in there. I might have that day wrong, but so his dad was a registered Blazer. His mom was basically half Appaloosa, half quarter horse, and so he is registered as a Blazer. We had honestly never even heard of that breed until Taz. But yeah, he came from our neighbors. Our neighbors rode over this past spring, and they said, hey, we have this horse that we're looking to sell, and we think you guys would do really well with him, and worked out a fair price with us on him. And so we thought about him for a while. We took him out this summer and decided that we would go ahead and buy him. He does have a lot of anxiety. He definitely is kind of pushy. And so this is stuff we're working on. But yeah, he's 16-1. He's a buckskin Appaloosa color. We would love to do a color test on him because I don't even know genetically what all he is. But he's a pretty horse. He is well built. He definitely needs some muscle tone. We took him out in the mountains here this past week, and Jason rode him. So that video is going to come out Saturday. And that's a cool one. We just went up and explored some country and had elk tacos over the campfire, and it was a good time. So that video will be out on Saturday. We'll be premiering that, so you guys can catch us in the chat on that one if you want to. But yeah, he's a really sweet horse. We're excited for him. Kind of see which direction we go with him, but he's really new, and we're just getting to know him. So that's Taz.
There's been a lot of even more encouraging stuff coming in and some funny stuff, and I try not to laugh and interrupt Alyssa.
Oh, no,
But
you're good.
um, so I think it was Tim said we need to see Jason training Mesa, and
yes.
that will be great info on like how to see
Hey,
not
there
the
it
best
is.
timing and stuff.
Good
But
job.
I'm gonna learn how to
Don't
work
rub
with
on
her,
me.
and she is my little buddy. And I've already been doing some groundwork and stuff, but we are gonna showcase Mesa a little more. She's getting big, her mind's getting good, and we're absolutely in love with her.
Yeah,
Oh, Larry says elk tacos sound so good.
they were
And
so good.
yes, they're amazing. Alyssa makes really good pico, and we've been on a big elk taco kick this year already.
Yes.
We've been just rolling with it like day to day. So, Gypsy Vanner says, "Love his buckskin spot, so cool." Happy Thanksgiving from Hungary. Someone said I missed
wow.
it, but yeah, pretty cool.
He's so interesting because he doesn't really have a blanket, but he has spots like clear down.
Let's get a close up here.
He's kind of dirty right now. Here, let's
That's okay. You can still
get
see
that
him.
dirt off there. You
Look
can see
at
a little
that.
bit better. And in the summer, you'll be able to see his spots better. But yeah, he has all these spots, but it's not like fully white up here. It definitely is lighter. But he also has a dorsal stripe. I don't know if you can see that. He's pretty tall, but and he has, especially in the summer, he actually has leg barring. So he's got some primitive dun markings coming out, but pretty unusual, interesting color. And yeah, he's a good boy. He really tries to be a good boy. He just gets anxious.
Elk tacos, New Mexico elk hunter, yeah.
Yeah, he knows.
He's our buddy.
He knows about elk tacos.
Happy Thanksgiving. Sweet. Do you want to do Clyde next?
Yeah.
And while she's catching Clyde, if you have any more questions about Taz,
yeah, we'll answer.
Drop them now, and I'll try to answer them.
There you go.
I do want to say while I'm waiting, he does seem to be settling in better. Lisa says, yes, he is. He's much more at peace. You can see it on his eyes, especially in person. Taz is settling in really well. Happy Thanksgiving, Mama Celeste. While she's catching Clyde, I do want to say something. We were talking about Brett with Born 100 Years Too Late earlier, and like we've been asked a few times about like competition in the YouTube space and the horse world and stuff like that, and we don't have any like feeling of competition with other people. We are trying to improve like what we put out and improve our production and our consistency and things like that. But we root for everyone, and Clever Cowgirl is one. Like she's always putting out premieres, and so we try not to overlap with her. And then there's other people, like I don't want to start naming everyone because I'll forget someone, but like we have a lot of friends that we've never met that make equine YouTube content, and I say watch them all and find your crew and help support them because they're working really hard. So we definitely know that firsthand. So anyways,
YouTube is a very full-time job.
It is.
Like it started as a side hustle, and pretty soon we're like, oh my gosh, this is really time consuming.
Then we're at a 1.5 time hustle.
Yeah. Now we're at like a 3-time hustle. So.
Yeah, with getting to work with Ty and Sky.
Yeah.
Tim asked a question there just a second ago. He asked if I enjoyed riding Taz out in the mountains, and I really did. It was a huge difference from riding Riotta, who I basically ride 100% of the time, to riding Taz. And he for sure has more anxiety and more like anxious energy, which is one big difference, but also being up way higher in the sky. Someone said they thought I might get a nosebleed riding him because I'm used to Riotta, but it was a different feel. He had a lot more energy, and you actually really can find sheds easier from way up there. So Tim, that was a good question. And I just missed a bunch because I was looking around at our herd while I was talking, and I just saw a couple disappear. So if I missed your question, I'm sorry, ask it again. But while you're doing that, we'll jump into Clyde.
Yeah, so Clyde just turned 8, and we call it July 1st. We don't ever really know, or sorry, June 1st. We don't ever really know when their birthdays are a lot of times on mules because no one, they're not registered, so people forget their actual birthday. But we call it June 1st with Clyde. So he just turned 8 this summer. He is out of a Cremello mare and a spotted jack. And we got Clyde. I actually called about a Molly that these people had for sale. And she ended up being a little older and a little smaller than what we wanted. We were just getting into equines again, and we knew we wanted mules. And they go, well, we have a 4-year-old John for sale. And so we're like, yeah, we'll go look. We were actually down picking up our horse trailer in Boise. And again, I looked online, found one on Craigslist, and it was Clyde. So anyway, so we went and looked at him, and I was thinking for Jason, because they were just talking about how chill he was, how good he was. And Jason goes, I don't want that ugly thing. And I need to do a backstory video on Clyde, because man, when he was younger, he looked like a stuffed animal that a little kid had like dragged through the dirt and just loved. You know, he was all matted and dirty, and anyway, he had 90 days on him. He hadn't been ridden in months. They'd packed one bull elk out on him, and so I just climbed on him in the round corral, and he did pretty good. He didn't buck, and we were like, yeah, I think he'll work. So I ended up buying him for me, even though I was kind of planning on Jason getting him. And I'm glad I did, because he turned out that he was not nearly as calm as what they said. He's actually very similar to Taz when we got him. He had a lot of anxiety. If you tied him up, he'd be pawing up a storm, really having a meltdown. He was very pushy and in your space and kind of rude about it. Every time we take him out for a trail ride, he was either bucking or rearing or launching in the air or bolting something. It wasn't fun at first with him. Like, it was like we need to go out and get him exposure, but every time it was like he's gonna do something bad. And he's actually what led me to Ty Evans, because I had Clyde and I couldn't get him to do a turnaround, like a haunch turn, a spin, you know. And he was just really heavy on his front end, and I was having a really hard time with it. And so I ended up taking him to a clinic in Driggs, Idaho, with Ty Evans, and Ty said some things that some other horsemen had said in the past, but the way he said it just clicked with me, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And so that's how we became fans of him and listened to his podcast and went to clinics over the years, and I've just done a lot with Ty, and that led to a job now, so that's pretty cool. But yeah,
coolest job ever.
Yeah, it's a great job. We love it. And so yeah, Ty really helped a lot with Clyde and getting him to be hopefully one day a bridle mule. So he's come a long way. He's just now this year, I feel like, made another big step to where he's really becoming finally like just, I don't know, just chill and dependable. And he still definitely has his moments where he gets a little bit nervous and does some silly things, but overall he's just really kind of settled into himself, and I'm really proud of him. So he's 15 too, and yeah, 8 years old. So
awesome. I missed a bunch more encouraging comments on there. Thank you. We appreciate you guys. I don't want to overstate it, because
yeah,
I say it all the time, but
we really
it is
do,
pretty
though.
crazy that people watch our stuff and hang out with us and our herd. And Gypsy Banners just said thank you for thinking of people who don't have someone to celebrate Thanksgiving with, and we're really thankful that we have you to celebrate Thanksgiving with.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for being here.
Yeah, this year we just saw most of our family here lately, and so this year we're just home with the herd, and it's kind of nice. So I'm glad you guys could join in with us and have a fun day. I think it's funny when everyone calls Clyde like so cob. They think he's so cob, because it's a huge compliment now, because he was not that. He was not that. Like 4 years ago when we got him, that was anything but calm and collected. And so yeah, I now when people say that, it's like, oh wow, you know, he's come a long way. So I'm proud of him.
All right, should we move on to the
Yes.
next one?
Good boy, buddy.
So is it my turn now? We'll switch
Yeah.
around, and Alyssa can take the camera. It's kind of hard to hold steady, Alyssa, but if you hold it like that.
Sorry guys, we gotta swap. Try not to jostle you or get my fingers in the way.
Yeah, I think the latency, if you move it quickly. I'm obviously not a technical expert.
Yeah, Lisa, you're right. She said it's crazy how you can hear something over and over again, but someone will say it in just a little bit different way, and all of a sudden it clicks. Little Mesa.
Not going to be a little for long.
Nope. If I scroll up, can I see people's?
I'm not sure. I wasn't brave enough to mess with it, to be honest. Here, let's give you a little space here.
So Mesa.
So this is my girl Mesa. She is a yearling and she's growing like a weed. When we got her, she was just a little weanling and she had a big old pot belly. You can eat this time. You can eat. Go ahead.
I know normally we don't let them eat while they're like haltered because it's kind of a bad habit and then that's all they want to do. But so they're like, this is a special treat for
Yeah,
them.
this is Thanksgiving treat for the equines. um, but yeah, she had a little pot belly and stuff, and she's still a little bit in that awkward stage. Obviously, her head's kind of big and stuff, but she's turning into like a little mare, and we're getting to see what she's going to turn into. So it's pretty fun. We love it. In the winter, we are noticing her little buckskin color comes out, and she kind of looks like Mama Grizz. So that's one of her mini nicknames, is Mama Grizz Mesa. But she's doing awesome. One thing I'm thankful for about Mesa specifically is she was bred for the mountains. She came out of Wyoming, western Wyoming, an outfitting family that breeds basically draft crosses, and she's Percheron specifically. I don't know if they all were, but she's Percheron, 5/8 Percheron, and 3/8 quarter horse, and it's kind of fun. Like we joked about being way up there on Taz. It's going to be the same on Mesa, and she might be even bigger than Taz, at least more stout probably. But it's nice to have a big mountain horse, and that draft cross kind of comes with a good mind, kind of prone to being chill, which is right up my alley. I don't need to go fast, but I want to be safe and I want to explore the mountains with them. So
Yeah, Mesa is so calm. Like just introducing her to new things and new environments and stuff, she just takes it all in stride. She is really one of the calmest horses I think I've ever owned. Did you already say how old and how tall and all
I
that
said
stuff?
she's a yearling. I don't remember how tall she is though. Is she like,
Yeah,
I think
she'll
she's like
be
14.2 or 3 right now.
her withers is around 14.3. Her hindquarters like 15 hands. It's like the same height as Rooster right now, so it's really crazy. But yeah, she'll be 2 in April.
Yes, 2 in April. So that's Miss Mesa, and like I think we were talking to Tim about on there, we're gonna be starting her pretty good this winter, and you want to let them just be babies and let their minds kind of settle in and stuff like that. But at the same time, you can get them started on the right track, and so that's what we're gonna do with Mesa. Be putting the pack saddle on her and stuff. We won't start her under saddle until she's 3, even though she is big. Just let her joints mature and everything like that, and then we're going to start her at the Ty Evans colt starting down there in Utah.
Yeah.
It'll be the summer of 27. So we'll just work on groundwork and building their confidence and making sure she's respectful and cognizant of people's space because she is going to be so big and powerful. So we got time, which is awesome. You can just go nice and slow and there's no pressure and just build a really good foundation. So that's Mesa.
Lots of comments coming in about how chill and calm is those people's speeds too, and we agree. In the mountains, it's like you don't need to go fast. You just want something that's going to be calm and take care of you.
Yeah.
And I have a good friend who owns 4 of Mesa's relatives, and that's how we heard about these colts, was through her. And so all of her horses that she has from this same breeder are just really, really nice horses. So that's kind of fun to see Mesa's uncles and cousins and stuff and how well they're doing. So they keep them safe up in the backcountry, and so Mesa should too. But Mesa did fracture that coffin bone, the little white foot, and it's totally healed now. No lameness at all. So that's awesome. She had to have a cast and then a little special shoe for a while. We don't know how she did it. She did it while we were gone. And then Mesa also tore her face down pretty bad, but it is really healed up. It's totally healed now. The hair's growing back. She can wear a halter comfortably. It doesn't cause her pain. So finally, we can start working with her.
It does feel good, and having her in with the rest of the herd has really helped her mind. She was in her own pen with those little injuries for a while, and it's hard on them to be by themselves.
Yeah, especially babies.
Yeah, and they don't really learn manners from the herd and things like that. But man, she's really turned a corner mentally since we got her in with the crew, so that feels
Yes.
pretty good. So we'll move on to Riotta. Riotta, when she came to us, she was scared of everything, and pretty much everyone watching probably knows that by now. But she was really hard to catch, and So I'm curious if she's going to make me look silly out here on the pasture. For the most part, she's really easy to catch, but she's enjoying second breakfast right now. So we'll see how she does.
Yeah, Riotta, you couldn't catch. When we got her, they told us you would have to rope her. And she's pretty good now. She's really come a long way.
I kind of thought since it was live, I thought she probably knew that.
She'd run away from you.
And I thought she might run away.
Every once in a while still, she'll like walk away.
Like, nah, I don't want to.
But it's pretty short-lived, and then she's like, okay, I guess.
Here, show everyone your striking
Someone
looks.
said something funny that other people have brought up with the Blazer registry is it says on there they have to be a solid coat pattern and dark skin. And so Taz with his spots, I don't know if when he was a foal he didn't have those spots when they registered him or what happened there, because he's definitely spotted. So he doesn't fit the registry. He is registered. She gave us his papers. And to us, I mean, a gelding, especially, you know, one we're not going to show in any kind of like breed show, it really doesn't matter to us if he's papered or not. He is what he is, and we're happy to have him. But yeah, that is kind of funny that they registered him and he is spotted, and it says specifically they can't have spots. So I don't know. We didn't register him, you know, we just bought him that way. So that is kind of funny. So Riotta.
Yes, so this is my best bud, Riotta. She's 9 and she is 14.3 hands tall. And thankfully she has great conformation. Yeah, you can eat. Go ahead. Thankfully she has great conformation. She's stout. She has a good hip. Because 14.3 could be a little bit on the small side for us. I'm 6 foot tall. In a way, we're gonna go with 200 pounds. Even though I just weighed myself at the gym this morning and it might have been over. But anyways, 200 pounds is kind of the top that we want for a mule of this size. So thankfully she's stout and she is just right for me. So one thing I'm thankful about for Riotta is there's so much I'm thankful about. She is my first mule. She's my second equine ever in my life. And she is really a sweet mule. I'm not really sure how her original owners didn't get along with her because she is like the sweetest. When she feels safe, she likes to have her ears scratched. She comes up to you in the pen and she's like, just hangs out next to you. So I'm thankful she's prone to being sweet, even though she had a rough start down there in Utah. So another thing I'm thankful for, and that's really nice about Riotta, is that she is not afraid of wildlife, which is really nice to have something in the herd that when elk run out of the brush or there's antelope tearing across the sage, she just kind of looks at them and remains calm, and it can be kind of a calming source for the rest of the herd. So that's a couple specifics about Riotta that I'm thankful for. And also I like her stripes on her legs.
Yeah, she's
Before
pretty.
we got equines, we took some time and paid off debt before we got equines. It was a whole thing. We have a whole video on it, so I won't go into it. But when we were kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, we started talking about getting mules, and so then we were just like Googling like mule pictures and things like that on the internet, and there was a picture of a big dun mule with really pretty stripes, and I was like, if I could ever if I could ever have a mule that looked like that, I would be so happy. And I know it's true, you can't ride color, but it's fun to have a good looking one. And she's my absolute dream mule. Her mentality, her conformation, and her looks. So if we can get her to where she's packing meat really good, that would be a big plus. And I think we're about there. She really trusts us, and she's okay with some uncomfortable situations because she knows that we're on her side.
Yeah, Lisa made a good point. 14.3 is perfect because she can still go on trails with low-hanging limbs. And that is something to be considered. Like with Taz, you're not getting through much brush with him as far as low-hanging stuff. He's way up there.
Get clotheslined.
Yeah, you'll get clotheslined. And Riotta just helped us. So Jason's been traveling all summer with Ty. I had to stay home from some of that with Mesa with her face injury. But Jason got to go do a ton of stuff with Riotta and Ty Evans this summer. So that was awesome filming for Ty. And we just got to go help tie his neighbor push cows up a really busy highway. We'll have a video coming out with that. But both of our mules just did awesome going up that highway. Cars were whizzing past, trucks, trailers, all that stuff, and they did really good. And then we went and rode down in some slick rock country, red rock country down there in southern Utah. And man, Riotta's quite the little rock crawler. She just picks her way through. She's so good. Clyde's a little more clumsy, but he's really gained a lot of confidence, and he did really well for me too. So that's really fun. We'll have a video out on that as well. We just haven't had time to get those together quite yet.
Before we go see Rooster, I'll say one last thing, kind of along what Tim was talking about in the chat with how to like riding Taz. Well, it was very different. Taz, for one thing, he has shoes on. But I was used to riding Riotta in the rocks, and she doesn't ever have shoes on. She has really hard hooves, and they do great. And so she just zips up through the rocks, and she never slips or trips. Sometimes she trips, but she never slips, and she picks her way up really well. And so I was riding Taz, and I was kind of used to riding Riotta, but riding a mule with no shoes to riding a big, kind of like I don't know, a big out of condition horse in those rocks, it was a totally different feel.
And someone asked about her white spots. No, she's not a paint. Unfortunately, that's from saddles not quite fitting her. So she had some of those when we got her. Those really, really white ones, those are from when we got her. The big, wider ones, some of those are disappearing now, which is good. But hey, baby, how are you? Yeah, she says happy Thanksgiving, everyone. She's so funny. But yeah, so we actually bought her a custom saddle, quote unquote custom. It was a mule saddle from a company just for her. And unfortunately, when you ride her longer distances and more often, like we were putting some serious miles on her this summer, well, Jason was, it started causing some white spots. So we've got a new saddle being built, a custom, fully custom tree. We have a video out on that. Yeah, from Reed Vite Saddlery. So if you guys want to go check him out, he'll help you fit your mules. He's really knowledgeable. So he was at Ty Evans Mule Week this past year. Hopefully he'll be back again this year. But anyway, go check him out. He just got a website. He's on Facebook, and really awesome kid from Montana. And he's been helping us get a saddle built for her. So hopefully this summer we'll have that saddle, and that'll be 100% custom for Riotta. So that's going to help her out a ton. So we're really excited about that.
We know we're getting old when we call someone like Reed a kid.
Yeah, he's like not much younger than us.
All right, here, let me take that thing back and we'll go see Rooster. Oh, here. And trade.
Sorry, guys, it's going to be shaky.
The other thing here is we do have to move on the property. And
yeah, it's going to be shaky for a second.
Yeah, but bear with us because the internet might not be as good over there. We got Starlink that we're hooked up to right now.
So this is our first time using it. We'll see. So Rooster, just to fill you in real quick, he got kicked this last weekend. And normally, like, horses kick each other. It's just what horses do. They play, they kick each other. Most of the time, it's not a big deal. But he got kicked right on his little elbow. And so it caused a little gash. And we flushed it out and doctored it. It was looking good. And then, what was it? Not yesterday, day before, some swelling started happening. And so I called the vet and we made him an emergency appointment. Thankfully, they got him in yesterday. And it did get pretty swelled up and pretty infected. They actually had to put a drain tube in it. So I'm glad we got him in. He's on antibiotics. It was his first vet visit. He did awesome. But anyway, so Rooster's in a pen by himself, unfortunately. He's got to have that drain tube in for a couple weeks, and then he'll be good. But we filmed everything. We'll have a video coming out on Wednesday. We'll explain the whole thing. We'll show what they did. So that's all we're going to talk about that today. We'll just go say hi to Rooster and introduce him, but he is gimpy right now, and he is by himself, unfortunately. So, but he's on the mend, and he did so good. I'm so proud of him.
And thank you, Mama Celeste. Riotta was the hook that brought me into the mule world. So I'm right there with you. And yeah, Manny, we are so thankful that we got him in. Our vets here are just the best. Talk about something to be thankful for is good people at a local vet clinic. So there's Rooster in his one-room suite.
Roosty. Hey, big guy. I can just bring him over.
Can you guys still see okay? I don't know if it's getting blurry coming back here to the back of the property.
Sorry if I rub my mic on the fence, guys. Hey, big guy. You can see he's gimpy. His leg's pretty swelled up. Poor kid. Hey, buddy. How's it going? How you feeling?
So we do feel pretty bad for Rooster. We hate to see him sore, but we are so thankful that we got him in. And see your horse lame in their
Oh my
pen,
gosh,
it every single time feels like the end of the world.
it does.
And so we were just super relieved that he is going to be fine. He has gotten antibiotics and he's on the mend. So we are thankful for
Go
that.
slow. Let's go see everyone. Yeah, Mustangs are tough, thankfully, but when it started swelling up and getting some heat in it, we knew he needed antibiotics, and it really flushed out. So anyway, he's on the mend now, and he was such a good boy for them. That was his first vet visit. Had him. So it was nice. We got his coggins redone while he was there. Got him checked over, got his teeth looked at. So it was nice to knock off a couple things while he was there anyway. But so this is Rooster. Most of you know Rooster. He they estimated his birthday to be in April, so we just call it April 1st, Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. So he turned April, so he's about 3.5, a little over now. And he is a Mustang from the Twin Peaks HMA, and we adopted him in March. We adopted him February 28th was technically the day, so March 1st was his first day here with us and working with him, and so he's come a long way. He's a really sweet boy. He's such a good little horse. Like everyone talks about having their heart horse, and he's definitely mine. So when he was lame the other day, and I didn't know if he was going to they were going to find a joint infection or a fracture. We did x-rays, and the x-rays came back clear, but man, my heart sunk. I wasn't able to eat. I didn't sleep very good. It was like, he is a really special horse to me. So anyway, it's good that he's on the mend. It still, hurts to watch him walking around like that, but he's getting better now. And the vet's close by in case, he needs to go back in. So, but he is an awesome boy.
Mama Celeste says, "Are there any known baby pictures?"
No. So his herd management area is pretty remote. There's not a lot of those herd pictures. It's just such a big area, and there's not a lot of roads in that country. And so it's not one of the well documented areas, the herd management areas. I have 1 or 2 videos maybe I found of his roundup day. So, when the helicopters go out and round him up and we're bringing him in, and he's a little baby in there somewhere, because when he was rounded up, he came in with his mama as a baby. And so somewhere he's in there, but they took the footage from like a mile away. It's kind of blurry, and it's, you can't tell which one Rooster is, but it's pretty crazy to know that he's one of those little babies in there running. So that's all I have. And I don't have any info on who his mom was or anything like that. I thought it'd be kind of fun to find her. I found one mare that was rounded up. It says 1 day later than him, and which they could have made a mistake, but it's probably not his mama, but she looks identical to him. So I was talking to the girl that adopted her. Well, she had won her on the online auction, and she was like, yeah, let's do a genetic test to see, if it's his mom. And then she ended up forgetting her wallet and locking her wallet in the car and missed out buying that mare. And so it went to the next highest bidder. And thankfully I did find out who bid on her or who won her, but I haven't talked to them yet to see if they'd be interested in that. So I haven't pursued that, but I was excited for a minute. I was like, maybe we found her and that'd be so fun to do a test, just know who Rooster's mama was, but it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Philippians asked if we're in Wyoming, and we're in Idaho. And for anyone who has asked in the past, like where we're located and stuff like that, we do try to keep that somewhat vague, just for privacy reasons.
Yeah,
but we're in
and
Idaho,
safety.
and we love it here. Wyoming is another state that we absolutely love, though. Whenever we're looking for properties that we would be able to adopt, train, and rehome more Mustangs out of, Wyoming is one that's always
Yes.
on the list. People are saying Rooster's awesome, and I agree.
He is. He's my first Mustang. So for those of you that don't know, I really wanted a Mustang since I was like 13, and we almost adopted one at that point in time when I was a kid, and we didn't. And so it's always been something I wanted to do, and it just never felt like the right time. Plus, we were working and paying off debt. We just didn't have our own place, that kind of stuff. And so, anyway, and then even when we got our own place, we were just working so much, it wasn't quite the right timing. And finally, and so Rooster's my first Mustang, and it's been a long time in the making. And I'm so thankful that he is who he is because he didn't disappoint. He's just an awesome, awesome guy. And I'm so excited for our future together. He's still a baby. I mean, he's only 3.5, and so I'm trying not to get in a hurry about riding him out and just riding him more and stuff. It's like I still want to take it a little easy on him. He is pretty young still, and so we've got his whole life, as long as he doesn't get hurt, to enjoy it. So, what's the rush, right? Sometimes it's hard to be patient though, but I'm doing my best.
Real quick, someone named Josie. I've missed a lot of comments on here, and a lot of people love Rooster, but someone named Josie said, "Thanks for coming on and cheering up my lonely birthday." So if
Hey, happy birthday!
yeah, everyone in the chat, tell Josie happy birthday.
Yeah.
And Josie, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
That's super cool. We're thankful to spend your birthday with you.
I wish we could send you a cake through the phone. We would.
Are there deer over there, Rooster? What are you looking at?
Oh no, it's our neighbor just turned out his mules and horses over there at our other neighbors. He's leasing that field, so he can see them walking up, and normally they're not out there. So he's like, "Who are those guys? Who are they? New friends." So I was really thankful too that there's no EHV in Idaho, no confirmed cases. So that made it a little bit nicer. Our vet hasn't had any horses in with symptoms, and so because it's a little nerve-wracking right now to haul your horse out, and but thankfully there should be no risk of him. Thanks, Josie. Of him contracting that from the vet. So we were very thankful for that.
Do you know how?
And my heart goes out to everyone who's been affected by that. Man, that's a rough deal. He is 15 hands. Yeah, we didn't say that.
How tall do you think he will be, though, is what they asked.
Oh, he's currently 15 hands. He's only 3.5. He could definitely still get taller. I bet he'll stay between 15, 15.2, maybe at the max. He probably will fill out quite a bit more, though. So your poor leg is so swelled up today. Yes. They had to put that drain tube in, so it's definitely got a little more swelling, but they said that's totally normal and to be expected, so no worries there. But it's good to see him not limping quite as bad today. He's feeling a little bit better.
Yes, he is, which is great.
Yes. You're such a sweet boy.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. We're going to close her out.
Yeah.
Maybe drop in the comments something that you're thankful for. Let's make the comments on this video just like a huge thankful fest. Alyssa and I have been very blessed, and we have so much to be thankful for. So hop over to the comments and share something that you're thankful for if you have a minute. We appreciate you guys. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being here. And again, happy birthday to our new friend, Josie.